Good evening, good evening, good evening. Welcome to episode 187 of Folks Talking Sports. I am Chris Gardner of the Houston Round Ball Review, and with me right now is Kennetra, a proud Texas Longhorn alum. How are you?
I'm
And
good.
Laquita Thompson, how are you?
Great. Great to see you guys.
My apologies to the viewers watching us on Facebook, YouTube, and or Twitch. Gremlins once again got us. I had to restart my system. Willie Gibson is having internet being worked on in his area, in his neighborhood in Ohio. So hopefully he'll be able to join us. If not, we'll just make it do what it do here on FTS as we always do. Well, Miss Pulliams, I'm going to give you the floor so you can gloat and shine and beam about the Longhorns softball team success, etc. Go ahead.
No, it was, yes, I am in a good mood. As Coach Mike White said, they weren't defending their national championship. They were attacking another one, and that's what they did. One game won, and unlike last year, did not have to go to game 3 of the Women's College World Series against the same opponent, against Nigeria Kennedy and Texas Tech. This time they were able to get it done in 2. Big recognition to Citlali Gutierrez for starting off the game well in the circle. And then, Tegan Nails Kavan comes in relief and gets her second save of the Women's College World Series, and was named the most outstanding player for the second consecutive year, the only player in Women's College World Series history to earn that distinction twice.
That's a big deal. That's kind of surprising considering some of the great players who've shined in the World Series. But Laquita, your thoughts on it? Longhorn success. I'm trying to be a better person this time, but go ahead.
Yeah, I watched it, and hats off to them. They are a great team. They came. You can never, never, never let go of the reins when you playing the Longhorns. That was for sure. But I really enjoyed watching them play. Just like last year, they have a phenomenal group of girls who, man, they just keep after it. It was a great series for me, even though I'm from West Texas, so I'm from the Lubbock, Texas area. So I was kind of like going for a little bit of both. But overall, it was great softball to watch again. So, but congratulations to UT. They have a great team. How
And
many? I don't know how many are leaving. How many seniors are leaving?
so Reese Atwood, catcher Ashton Maloney, Citlali. I'm trying to go around. The left fielder, Kaya Altmeyer. She's a senior. Um, Center fielder will be back. Caden Henry will be back. Um, Third baseman is a freshman. Good middle infielder. She's a senior from San Antonio. Tegan Caban will be back. Katie Stewart, SEC Player of the Year, who also earned all tournament honors. She will be back. Um, their kind of designated player, Hannah Wells, who's also who came in relief and pitched some. She was a freshman. She was the Gatorade Player of the Year, so she'll be back. So you're sprinkling in some more returning experience. The incoming recruiting class is very stout. I think they have the number 5 recruiting class or number 5 signing class in the country. What was nice to see, 2 Texas teams, battling again for the national championship. But after it was over, you just see kind of the roller coaster of emotions. You have the celebratory tears of Caden Henry, from Dickinson,
Mm-hmm.
embracing her friend who's a catcher from Texas Tech, who was just like, they were consoling each other, like
Hmm.
congratulations, cheers. But I'm empathetic. I feel for you because you are my friend. The catcher from Texas Tech is from Alvin.
Mm-hmm.
So
Mm-hmm.
you kind of grow up together. You play travel ball together. Um, Even though both of the rosters have players from outside of the state,
Mm-hmm.
it still was just it was great just to see that level of softball on the national stage. And I mean, and again, taking nothing away from Nigeri, I mean,
Yeah.
she is the face of the sport.
Yeah. 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 She it's kind of like, how Tiger Woods came into golf. Like we always have that player that comes in that all eyes start watching. Like I think she did that for softball, which is really good for softball right now. And hats off to Texas Tech. They had an awesome run for the last couple of years as well because of
I
her.
mean, they led the country in number of wins this year. I think they had 62, 63 wins.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
And you saw Willie Gibson pop on the screen. He's on his hotspot,
Okay.
so there may be issues with him. But I really wanted to get his thoughts on the Myles Garrett trade. Get him to add more to his belief that LeBron James is going to return to the Cavs in a trade. But if he can join us today, we'll keep pressing forward and maybe try to. I may see if I can get him on this Wednesday when we record the takeover. But we'll keep trying. He's going to try again. Let's see if we can squeeze him in real quick. Brother Gibson, how are you? So we see him, but nothing. Like I said, that's on the hot spots. We'll see how it works. But we'll just keep it right here. I'm keep it like this. Well, I'm keep him on the screen, and then if we hear from him, we'll hear from him. So we'll just keep it like that.
Yeah.
But this is episode 187 of Folks Talking Sports. See, Queen
Thank you, Mr.
Polk, she's
Fantastic.
giving you. We just lost him, but I'm gonna keep it there. I don't mind how it looks to everybody else, the newcomers. It's okay. But your thoughts? Well, talking college baseball real quick.
There he
West
is.
Virginia, Big 12 they've advanced. First time for them, so I'm happy for them representing the Big 12. But Miss Baseball person, Miss Baseball lady, Miss Baseball and softball. Your thoughts on baseball going on, college
Uh,
baseball?
I mean, the game of super regionals was North Carolina USC. Like North Carolina was down. USC won the first game of super regionals. Carolina won yesterday, and of course, this game is in Chapel Hill. And you come back and walk it off with a double to beat USC in the bottom of the ninth
Mm.
to go to Omaha.
And the Battle of the Trojans. Which team is it? Little Rock beat Troy,
Troy.
or Troy beat Little Rock?
Troy beat Little Rock.
Okay, so they're going. I think that's for the first time for them too, right?
Yeah. So you get one Trojan. USC didn't make it. The thing with Carolina, like they were this close to. I mean, guess they saved the ACC because AC, if it wasn't for them, ACC would not have a team. In College World Series.
So we got one ACC, one team from the Big 12 in West Virginia. Kansas is still alive,
Yeah.
facing Oklahoma. The Sooners are up 1-0 in that one, though, right?
Yes.
Okay,
Yeah.
so the KU has to win twice. Okay, that's enough for me and my baseball knowledge. College and major league. That's probably
SEC is
that's the most you gotta get out of me for the rest of this month. Talking baseball and softball. I'm gonna try to get Mr. Gibson to share his thoughts on the Myles Garrett trade, if he can hear us, and just Willie, just turn off your camera and just go audio if you can. How about that? I wonder if I could do that on my end. Yeah, his Wi-Fi is low. I see that on my end as well. So he may not be able to get him to join us. We'll keep trying. He pops up here and there, but I'm going to turn off his camera, see if that helps him. I just lost him again. Well, I don't know if Kennetra or Laquita, y'all have any thoughts on that football trade? The Browns trading Myles Garrett to the Rams. Rams going all in again.
Ooh, NFC West, boy.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, Seattle gonna have their hands full.
Okay. I'm glad for him. You know, get out of. I mean, he's like giving his all, stacking stats, doing his job, and they're not winning. So it's like he's doing all this work, and they're not getting to really, you know, just celebrate it. So I'm glad for him to get out, and this is going to be a better opportunity for him. But also, I know that Cleveland is in the phase of building, and so just looking at some of the things that they're doing, it could be better for them or what they're doing. They got, you know, the whole thing with the quarterback that they may have a chance to get what they want in that, and some other things they've done. But as far as him, I'm glad. I'm glad for him to get out. Much better opportunity.
Well, Justin Justin says, and I guess, yeah, Will Anderson said he called him and said he is glad he's out of their division. Thrillo, how are you doing? TSU alum, Texas Southern alum here. Will, if you can, just go ahead and talk, man, because your camera, you turn the camera off, that's fine. We will hear you if you can, audio, if you got any audio. If not, we'll just be the three of us on today's edition of Folks Talking Sports, and we'll try again. Maybe stay up late on Wednesday. But let's get into this. Knicks up 2-0, NBA Finals, won the first two games in San Antonio. Is this series over? Will it be a sweep? We all picked the Knicks to win the series on last Sunday's FTS show. But will the Knicks sweep the Spurs?
I don't think so. I mean, I would be excited if they did, but I don't think so.
Why do you say that?
I mean, I just think I'm not saying that the NBA has orchestrated results, but in the business of basketball, I think it's better if, if the Spurs show up, win one. I mean, I feel for Wemby and the turnover at the end of game 2. But I mean, I really think that you see the experience that the Knicks have compared to the youthful exuberance, of the Spurs.
Yeah, Cat's playing well. I mean, Jalen Brunson, he scored 30 in game 1, but he has not shot the ball well the first two games of the finals, and they're still up 2-0.
Yeah. You don't, but that's the thing. You can make an impact without scoring the ball. Ask Josh
Correct.
Hart.
And I'm glad you said that, and I'm going to be biased here when I say this from this point of view. But Josh Hart is not a great three-point shooter. Okay? He makes some sometimes. Asar Thompson could be a better version of Josh Hart. So you please do not tell me Asar Thompson has to become a threat from the three-point line in order to help Detroit. No. Josh Hart is proving. I know he had a heater in one of the games is Cleveland, but what Josh Hart does, he plays defense, he rebounds, he does all the other things to help his team win.
Effort.
Right.
Effort.
You can't coach
Grit.
effort.
All of those things. I've said this on a lot of shows. Thrillo knows this. Justin knows this. Tell me how many teams in the NBA, college, women, men, whatever, have 5 offensive threats on the floor at all times. And especially 5 threats from 3 at all times.
Yeah.
Right.
That is a very, very, very rare team. So I'm just saying that. But
Yeah.
so, Kennetra, are you saying the Spurs win Game 3 or win Game 4?
I said game 4.
Yes. Oh, wow, Game 4. That would be painful.
Oh yeah. That would be.
That would be painful. Go up 3-0. Knicks go up 3-0. Chance to win it all. Clinch in front of their fans. And the Spurs say, no, we're going back to San Antonio. That would be something.
Keep it exciting, I guess, at the same time. You know, because it's not looking really good for them at all. You know, it's like you said, we saw experience versus rookies and just the mindset. And I don't know what's going on this season with like last few seconds brain mental errors has been this season in different sports on
Yeah.
different levels. We've kind of seen this before, and so it's you kind of show that inexperience. What did he say in his thing that he said his body was moving faster than his mind,
Mm-hmm.
or whichever. And like Charles and them were saying that with Wemby, just talking about Wemby, that he was shook, that he was in shock, and he couldn't quite get himself together because Cat was playing. Cat is playing the kind of basketball that we've been wanting him to play for the last few years.
Mm-hmm.
And it is doing the Knicks I mean, they absolutely need him to stay in that position of how they're playing. But it's like we said, the Knicks, man, they have something to prove, and they are just playing. Even in their not the best basketball, is still good basketball. If that makes any sense, it's like an oxymoron that's going on the court. Um, so I want the Spurs to win at least one. But man, if if they can't come, and you think about how hard it's going to be in New York too, but if they can't come with the mindset to win, I think it's going to be really really hard for them to come out with a win in New York for real.
I like the way that Mike Brown is coaching and managing the game.
Mm-hmm.
Like
Mm-hmm.
he knows when, hey, Brunson needs a breather.
Mm-hmm.
He knows when is the opportune time to put in Landry Shamet.
Mm-hmm.
He knows when to put in Alvarado. It just the way he is able to orchestrate. Okay, hey, here's the strategy. Put these in. You guys maintain. And then, like I think he's done a commendable job.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
And he trusts his bench players. They're playing well. They trust the coach. They understand the minutes they're going to get. They're making the most of those minutes. It shows you matchups are a part of it. The Spurs had OKC's number all season.
Mm-hmm.
We could say Wemby had Chet's number every time they played this year. But we're seeing Wemby's inexperience, his youth, his lack of physicality. I think that is still an issue against the more physical Spurs and Cat and Mitchell Robinson.
Heck yeah.
I think one of the things we said last Sunday, at points in Game 1, Game 2, the Spurs youngsters, for a lot of the playoffs, they weren't playing like, they were playing like they didn't know any better. I mean, yeah, we got house money. We just going to roll with it. Just keep on rolling.
Mm-hmm.
And the Spurs and the Knicks are like, yeah, you guys are talented, but we want this. We're the veterans. We know more tricks of the trade than you guys do. We're clicking. We're rolling on all cylinders. We can beat you playing our B game.
Yeah.
And the Knicks, I think everybody who's watched sports, covered sports, knows the look of a championship team. There comes a point on that championship team where the belief takes over on both sides. We're going to win this game. It doesn't matter what you do. We're going to win this game. We're going to find a way. We're going to make stops. We're going to go on a 3-point streak, whatever. We're going to win this game. The belief has taken over this team.
Hmm.
And the Spurs, I think the youngsters are like, the doubt is starting to creep in. So I think game 3, that's why I'm kind of different with you, Kennetra. Monday, I think if the Knicks win game 3, I don't think the Spurs youngsters mindset will be ready to win game 4. I think they'll be just beat down mentally and just like, we're not going to do it. It's just not our time. The Knicks are better than we are. And game 4 is game 4. We're done.
How do y'all feel about the last play, the last 7
Oh,
seconds?
see, for me, what I was thinking, because I'm looking at De'Aaron Fox and how, um, just how consistent he's been and how he's had to put them on his back a few times. I thought that they were going to make a run with him, which I thought would have been where I would have done. I didn't think they were going to give it to Wemby to take a shot outside like that. If anything, get Wemby going inside to get to the rim or something. So in my mindset, I would have went with Fox because he's the one that can be hot and consistent and experience. And this is like, the veteran on the team. I would have went with him instead of Wemby taking that kind of last shot. That was just me.
And Thrillo, with this comment, Keldon Johnson hasn't played well. A lot of other Spurs haven't played well so far in these first 2 games of the finals. I'm old school, so folks who know me, I don't like my 7'4" man taking a face-up jumper from 20 feet out. No, no, not. I just don't like it. I prefer him going to the basket, trying to draw a foul, something, but
Yeah.
not a face-up. No, that's just.
Off balance, fade away.
Yeah.
Fade away. That's not me. That's the. But I do think this. I think I agree with Thrillo about Wemby with that jumper. He settled for it. I think that's what he kind of did. Let him off the hook. Physicality. It's the NBA Finals, and it's. I'll answer C. Anthony's comment this way. In the Spurs OKC series, the OKC fans were complaining that the Spurs were too physical against them. So now Spurs fans, Spurs coaches are complaining that the Knicks are too physical against them. So how'd you go to be more physical than what many fans perceive as the gets away with a lot on defense with the hand check and all that stuff in OKC to now that y'all need to call it tighter. The Knicks are too tough. They're too really. That's the
know.
comments of a team that's losing. That's what
Yeah.
that is.
That's what I was gonna say. Yeah, you can tell. No, man, this is the finals. This is basketball. This is just, and you should have known that coming. You playing against the Knicks. You know they coming. You know it wasn't gonna be a soft game. So no, man, don't. If you lose, this is how it should be. If you lose, you just lose. Don't come back with it was too physical. It was too that. It was too this. No, you just lost. You just got outplayed.
Do you think that the style or brand of basketball is different in the Eastern Conference versus the Western Conference
Yes.
overall?
Yes. And that's why I'm a fan of the Eastern Conference and the Pistons. Yeah. That's basketball in the East to me. West Conference is just pretty boy basketball. Let's run down the floor, play defense sometimes. Whatever. That's why some teams, more and more teams in the West, have problems with OKC's physicality because they're not used to it. Some of the stuff OKC does in the East would be like, whatever, please, what is this? Whatever. Give me a break.
Yeah.
But the thing about I think De'Aaron Fox, Dylan Harper, his time is coming real quick. So I would not be shocked at some point in a year or so, the Spurs say, "Yeah, Mr. Fox, thank you for your time, but you're a little bit older than the rest of our core, so yeah, we're probably gonna move on from you." That would not shock me at all.
Yeah, he's a superstar. He's gonna be a superstar in the league, no doubt about it. That kid has it. That kid has it. Yeah.
And I'm good with this. About this comment, the Knicks wing. Well, the Spurs wings are physical. That's what I'm saying. The Spurs gave Shea and those dudes in that series, the conference final series, the business. I listened to the OKC broadcast, game, I don't know, 5 or 6, and this man, he would have you would have thought he was talking about the Spurs getting away with murder on the court. I've I'm all for physical defense and all kinds. I'm all good with that. I understand it's physical defense, but what they're doing against Shea and getting away with it, this is just too much. I'm like, dude, really? What? How young are you? Because let me give you some film footage to go back to the 80s and 90s.
Okay.
This stuff is nothing.
Yeah. Yeah.
So I just shake my head at some of the reviews of, we're going to look at the monitor and see if this is a flagrant foul. What? Give me a break. I'm showing my age. That's okay.
No,
Please.
I say it all the time. I say, man, y'all don't know nothing. Back in the 80s and so forth, when they was really just, it was boom boom. That was basketball. Like, and I don't know if that's the aggression in me that likes basketball like that. I don't know what's up with that. But that's a part of the game. You just got to be strong. Come in mentally strong and ready to hoop. That's that. And you think about when we're talking about East versus West, you think about Rucker Park. You think about how all those superstars came out of there and how they played out there. And you just had to have that grit to be able to compete and come out of there. It's the mindset.
It's a mindset, and Parrish makes a great point, and it goes kind of to what we said before. Matchups. Styles
Mm,
make fights, matchups make basketball.
mm,
The Knicks' style of play is a Spurs weakness. The Spurs style of play was an OKC weakness. So that's part of basketball, and I'm here for it. And I think that's overall why all of us last week picked the Knicks to win the series.
hmm
And I'm pretty sure we were probably in a small group of folks. For all of us picked the Knicks to win the series.
hmm
Other shows might have had OKC sprinkled in, might have had a lot of folks picking OKC. I mean, the Spurs, excuse me, the Spurs win the series. And all of us like, nope, we're all picking the Knicks, either the Knicks in 6 or 7. None of us picked 4. I'll say that. I
Not
don't
at
even think any of
all.
us picked 5. But tomorrow, game 3, I think will tell the tale. Knicks win game 3, I think it's going to be a sweep. I just don't think the Spurs. But I will say this. I'm pretty sure. I don't know any. Well, I have a couple of colleagues who are Knicks fans who I have not heard from, ironically, who in the back of their mind are thinking, boy, it would really stink if we became the first team to win the first 2 games on the road in the finals but lose the series. you know, some of that pessimism comes through if the Spurs win game 3. Then the doubt may start creeping in. But, I just think the Knicks bottom line are the better team.
hmm
There's a better matchup for the Spurs this year.
Yeah, I mean, because you see how they play offense, and they just had the Spurs just running all over the place, just because how they spread the floor, how they're moving the ball, and how they're just playing that kind of experienced basketball. So defensively, they were on their heels as well. So I feel like, and I'm hoping that with the some of the veterans that were at the game, that they had an opportunity to talk to them, to kind of get in their heads and say, hey, look, this is how it goes. You got to get yourselves together. You got to put your big man pants on, and y'all going to have to play, because the Spurs were not playing basketball, team basketball, system basketball like they had played throughout the series. This basketball, they would come down and maybe 1 or 2 passes and shooting three. That's not what necessarily got you to the finals. So they got to go back to their system basketball and just play the game, get out of their heads and just play the game. So hopefully tomorrow will be the game that they'll be able to kind of, and I think they will. I think we'll see a better Spurs performance tomorrow, because they're so down on themselves now and should have won at least, should have won both of them, but at least you should have got one at home. So I think tomorrow we'll see the Spurs that we have been kind of rooting for throughout this.
I just think that the Knicks are the better team.
Mm.
They're the better team, combined with the confidence they have right now is sky high. That they have in Mike Brown, that they have in themselves. They are just on a high. They're rolling. They don't have doubt. Some way, somehow, we're going to win this game. We're down 12, down 14. No problem. We're going to find a way to get this game. We're going to win this game. And that's where they are. So the Spurs are not helping themselves complaining about physicality. Because, again, you do that when you lose. Because when you win a game, we won the game. You know what? We found a way to win the game. When you lose a game, well, it really was physical. I wish they called the game tighter. I mean, it's like they were getting away with things. You don't say that when you win.
Mm-mm. Mm-mm. And then all that does is just fire up the Knicks even more. Like, oh, okay, now we finna really bring it to you. Now you're whining, you
Yeah.
complaining. Oh, we finna really bring
Now the Knicks are like, oh, now we're in your head.
it. Yeah.
Because now you're worried about our style of play and looking to the refs to bail you out. Oh, yeah, we got you now. Okay. So Eastern Conference, I'm loving it. So, but it also shows teams win championships.
Right. Yeah.
As simple as say, but it's like sometimes people and media, people forget it. We all see it. We all know it. Victor Wembanyama is a hell of a talent. But he's not playing by himself. Okay? He is not playing against Jalen Brunson one-on-one. All right? It's the Knicks team against the Spurs team. His teammates are not helping. But it is, and agree with this, Cat is taking it to Wemby. Chet never did that.
Yeah.
Heck, when OG dunked on Wemby in later game too, that said something right there too.
Yeah.
They're not intimidated.
Yeah. Yep.
Now, a year or two from now, if Wemby gets stronger, because I don't think he's going to gain more weight, but if he gets stronger, and then it'd be more of a problem because you're combining his tremendous skill set with more strength. Old man strength, or some of us say, like me and Thrillo say, grown man strength. He didn't have that yet.
Yeah.
He gets that, just add to his bag. But it's no guarantee that the Spurs are going to win championships, because championship winning that's hard to do. A lot has to go your way.
Yeah.
If the Knicks sweep, doesn't mean the Spurs dynasty is over. And none of that. They got to get better, learn from it, and get better. And it doesn't mean the Knicks are going to repeat next year, because that's hard to do. But it's just the great Knicks playing right now, sky-high confidence, sky-high team basketball, winning games without the closer shooting the ball well, except in game 1, fourth quarter. JB hasn't shot the ball well yet.
Yeah.
But they're up 2-0.
Yep. That's it. Yep. They already see it. They see victory. It's like they see it already, and are just, man. What game is this in a row? 13th game in a row.
13 wins.
13 in a row.
Like, man, that's, yeah. They seeing it. They're hungry for it and playing it. And again, I'm just, I love to watch good system basketball. I've always been like that. I hate bad basketball when you're just doing, the same thing and it's not working. So I love the on offensive side what they're doing. I love how, Cat is up in Wemby's tail, like he is playing like we know him to play. I like the fact that you can kick out to Bridges and he's going to knock down that three. Like I like the system and the movement that they got going on. And so, so again, I'll say this again. Hopefully the Spurs will recalibrate themselves, and Wemby has to get out of his head. Like he has to get out of his head and he has to just play the game. Like, for instance, it makes more sense when you have someone that is much smaller than you to bring them down into your area of expertise instead of staying out on the perimeter, limiting yourself because you're overthinking. Like, he has to be able to get out of his head and recognize that. And then they have to recognize that and start feeding, doing those things that I think they just started thinking too much and just trying to hit it in a three and just make a big win or big play or whatever instead of system fundamental basketball.
Keep it
How
as simple.
how much did that turnover? How much did it haunt him? Was he still thinking about it? Did it affect his mechanics of the shot selection?
Mm,
Instead of driving it, he's like, oh, like he put that extra pressure on himself to win the game because he cost his team
hmm
with that turnover.
Right, right.
And,
And you
and
know
y'all
how
bring up great points.
Yeah,
Oh,
and you know
please,
how
I'm
they
sorry.
are in France. Their mindset and how they think things through in France is like that. So him after that mistake, he's not gonna be able to let that go in his head because how they think is somewhat on the lines of perfectionism,
Mm.
Hmm.
but not making mistakes and doing things the right way at the right time, that kind of thing. So he's going to have to get out of that mindset, man, and just let each play build itself or let it go. He's going to have to get out of his head.
And Wemby, he does. I mean, I think this is part of youth.
Mm,
He has a tendency to dwell on the previous play
right.
rather than forget about it and go into the next play.
Because you can't change
He's
it.
Right.
he's right. I mean, it's happened. It's done. You can't change. Already happened. So I think that's part. I think that's part of youth. It might be part of being an international player. His low post game is not great because international big men are more perimeter oriented, more overall skills.
Mm-hmm.
But for me, if he's being guarded in the post, yeah, it really doesn't matter. But Jalen Brunson, someone shorter than him, any of them,
Mm-hmm.
all he needs to do is turn and shoot over him.
Mm-hmm.
With inverted, I'm going old school here. Youngsters, Google it, look it up. Jack Sigma inverted inside pivot, turn and shoot over them. Simple. Simple. Doesn't involve a lot of strength. Get down there, catch the ball up high, turn, inside pivot, turn, shoot over them. It's buckets all day.
Mm-hmm.
It's all day.
Mm-hmm.
Or little sky hook. Who gonna stop that?
Oh, see, that's what he needs to do. He needs to bring the sky hook back. Come on, can't nobody stop
See,
that.
and Justin, thank you, Justin. I'm not sure, Justin, how old are you, man? Because Justin showed a
Ooh,
little of his age or his NBA history.
there you go, Ralph Sampson.
Wemby is Ralph Sampson.
Mm-hmm.
A lot of this stuff folks have seen about, I've never seen it before. Clearly, you never saw Ralph Sampson play.
Mm-hmm.
At Virginia or with the Rockets early. 7'4", dribble up the court,
Yeah,
scored inside out, all that's Ralph Sampson.
yeah, yeah.
But I am not denigrating Wemby's skill set.
Oh
Hell of a
no,
talent.
for sure.
But please do not think or believe this is the first person to ever do this at that size, because he ain't.
Mm-hmm.
I hope Wemby doesn't have any more health issues or have his career cut short like Ralph Sampson did. Ralph Sampson was never the same after that fall in Boston. Never the same after that.
Yeah, yeah, very true.
But,
Yeah.
I mean, he's a hell of a talent. But please, truly, skyhook, or if you want to split the baby, little jump hook like a king. Little jump hook. Who going to stop it? Just
Mhm.
turn, jump hook.
Yeah, man.
But, he has time to develop those, add those skills to his toolbox and all those. He has plenty of time for that. But I hope he doesn't become one of those players who lives inside his head and puts too much pressure on himself
Yeah.
to be, as Laquita said, to be perfect. You can strive for it and work for it, but you're not going to be a perfect player. You're not going to play a perfect game. You're going to make mistakes. That's part of being who you are as a human being. On to the next.
Yeah.
On to the next pass, the next play, the next shot, on to the next.
Let it go.
But salute to Justin and Thrillo and Parrish. Parrish, you're a new name on here. And C. Anthony as well. Thank you. Don't be a stranger. Folks Talking Sports is the smorgasbord of the live stream shows on the Houston Roundball Review YouTube channel. We talk, as you heard earlier in the beginning of the show, softball and baseball, some football, and now we're talking NBA Finals. Hate the fact that Willie Gibson had the tech issues, the gremlins up there to get, Willie's in Ohio. Could have talked more about specifically about the Browns and the Myles Garrett trade and what that means to the Browns and all that. But we'll try to get him on in the future. FTS is not going anywhere. But the Rockets, the uniforms, your thoughts on it? Because I'm going to talk about the uniforms on my show this coming Thursday on the Takeover. When I recorded on Wednesday after Game 4, I'm going to discuss it in a little more details. But what are your thoughts on the ketchup and mustard uniforms?
Indifference.
What'd you say?
Indifference.
Really? I think it's a nice look. I mean, I'm not a fan, so it's a sharp look. Going back a little old school. I like that. Well, Laquita, what are your thoughts?
Yeah, I kind of like it. I like the old school going back. Those colors are when I was a real fan. Back in those days, I like it.
I like the red, the ketchup red. I like those more than the black unis with like the highlight red stuff. Like you're trying to combine too much in it. I don't like that at all. But the red uniforms, yeah, I like that more. But I'm not going to buy it. Nothing like that. I'll let Thrillo buy that and Justin buy that. They can buy that stuff, but I'm not. The fans like it. Had to pop up at the GRB on Friday or whatever it was. That's nice, and Rudy T was there. So the fans like it. That's smart. That's the important thing. The fans like it, and the fans gonna spend the money to buy it. So if the fans buy it, it's good for the Rockets. But beyond that, the Rockets are still behind OKC and the Spurs, and probably Denver. So that's more important to a lot of fans than the uniform colors.
Yeah.
But
win. Can we win, please?
But that's a future topic of discussion. Okay, back at it. Kennetra, you said, all right, well, Kennetra, if the Spurs win one of these next two in New York, will the Knicks win in 5 or will it go 6?
6. So I'll come down for my 7 and I'll say 6.
Okay, so then you'll make the Knicks fans sweat a little bit. If it gets 3-2, they're gonna start panicking. But Laquita, what do you say? Is it gonna be a sweep?
So here again, I go into what I said a few weeks back about how the NBA works. So I don't think it'll be a sweep. I think the Spurs are going to win at least 1, maybe even 2, because of just how I think all of this professional sports works. And that's just my, cynical self that says they have to because they got all this money on the table, So I feel like, and if they do it, I feel like it will be tomorrow. If they do, I feel like it will be tomorrow.
Well, I'm not a cynic when it comes to that kind of stuff because ESPN, the Knicks swept in the Eastern Conference Finals while the NBC was making money hand over fist with the Spurs OKC going 7. So I'm not one of those, conspiracy folks. I think the Knicks are going to sweep. I said Knicks in 6. A win game 3 is a sweep.
Yeah. Maybe.
Okay, and especially if they put it to the Spurs in Game 3, and have those youngsters really begin to doubt themselves, like, wow, maybe this is just they're just better than we are this year, and man, I didn't. So if Knicks win by 10 to 15 Game 3 and leave no doubt, it's a sweep.
So here's a question. The NBA is putting structure in place to deter tanking, right? Does the same hold true for the W?
Hmm. What makes you say that?
Well, I mean, they got the W has the 2-year plan. I mean, the W, some of the things that that the NBA is using now, the WNBA has implemented for a few years. The multiple year record for positioning in the lottery, things like that. NBA is beginning to adopt. The Connecticut Sun are the worst team in the WNBA, and they're moving to Houston.
That's why the first team with double-digit losses.
Yeah.
But I mean, I said it. I think we said it in previous shows that this Sun team isn't very good. They got young talent, but the talent they have up there, no one down here is going to know who the hell they are. So they're going to have to do a better job. Well, do a job promoting and marketing those players who become Comets. Now, if they happen to win the lottery and get a certain young lady from USC, as in the West Coast USC, not the Dawn Staley USC, and maybe we can talk about, well, another solid was done to Tillman and his people. Because if JuJu becomes a Houston Comet, all this losing this season will be forgotten. Whatever. We got JuJu, so that's all that matters. So
Yeah. Okay. Yeah. That's why I said, what makes you say that? Because I've been looking at that too, and I was like, what are we doing? What are we doing? It's, because it looks pretty bad with the Sun. It does. It really does. But I don't know, because when I look at, and the reason why I'm like, okay, what's going on? Because the girls, the young women that are on that team, they're not bad players. These players that are they are not bad. They are not trash at all. You have some talent that's there, and it's just not meshing. It's just not working together.
Not a team.
It's just
they
not
got the
working.
wrong head coach. He won't be here next year. He shouldn't be here next year. Need a new head coach. And I mean, they're not going to fire him now. I mean, why? I mean, they're a dead team walking up there in Connecticut.
Yeah.
But the record says who you are. They're 2-10.
Yeah.
So you can question the substitution patterns or whatever reason, the lack of belief, whatever, or they're just, this is our last year up here in Connecticut, so why bother?
Yeah, could be that too.
That could be part of it too.
I don't know.
But JuJu Watkins will have plenty of time this season, this college season, to show she's healthy and ready for the W.
Yeah. Yeah.
And if she does, she'll be playing with, 2 or 3 other top-ranked in a recruiting class teammates at USC. So we'll see how that all fits.
Yeah.
The USC games against UCLA will be, rivalry must watch TV. I'm looking forward to that. But oh man, the lottery for the W, now that the CBA everything is taken care of, should be in December. I think, Laquita. I think it'll be in December. So it'll be plenty of time to follow that, and then plenty of time to start marketing and promoting that for the Houston Comets in 2027. But yeah, I mean, next year's draft class, man, oh man, I'm looking forward to that.
Me too.
I'll be good with Hannah Hidalgo.
Yeah, man, it's that.
Because I I would ask Hannah Hidalgo at her if she became a Comet. I would ask her, Hannah, have you ever heard of Kim Perrott?
Yeah.
Because if she says no, I say, oh, well, you remind me of Kim Perrott.
Yeah. Look her up because you're in her
Look
spirit.
her up. Because she was a scorer in college. When she was a Comet, she was a defensive pest and a defensive menace.
Yeah. Spitfire out there.
Yes.
Loved her. Love that Creole.
So rest in peace, Kim Perrott. And that's a great way to end the show right there. Thank you to Justin and Big Thrillo and Parrish and C. Anthony and Queen Wanda Polk for participating in the conversation and adding your comments. Oh, well, real quick, before I go to the ladies to close it out. Big Tex, you said Knicks in 4. Justin, what do you say? I think with Justin and Thrillo kind of go along the conspiracy thing, so they don't think it's going to be a sweep. So I think we got that. Parrish, what do you say? So let me know real quick and we'll wrap it up. Kennetra, anything change regarding how folks can... So no, just LinkedIn, that's it for Kennetra Pulliams. The author, Parrish says Knicks in 5. All right. So Laquita, I am going to place you on the big screen and give you your info, and you got it.
All right. As usual, it's great to be here on a Sunday evening talking sports. And a quick reminder, do not forget to look on my social media. This is Laquita Thompson on IG, Facebook, everything. And get the new ebook, The Playbook Beyond the Game. Because if you haven't heard, they've been having hearings regarding college sports and NIL and transfer and all these changes. You want to get ahead of the game. So I've given you a workbook that's going to help walk you through NIL, business, transfer, all of that in an ebook just for you. And also keep in mind, what we're going to build out of that are classes and webinars where we can start working with student athletes so that you're coming to the table prepared and you're leaving with a degree, but also with the business and just a long-term opportunity for you to be successful in life. So again, my social media is Laquita Thompson, and just follow me there and you'll see everything that we're going to have going on.
And just follow Folks Talking Sports on IG and Threads. Thank you to everybody for taking time out on this Sunday night to join us on episode 187 of FTS. We're going to do it again, maybe do it again next Sunday as Father's Day. I might spend time with my dad. We'll see how that goes. Maybe my sister will be in town too. But my sister is in Brooklyn. She messaged me Friday night, and said, I am not a Knicks fan, but I am getting my broom ready. So I said, I understand. So we shall see if she is correct on that. But subscribe to the Houston Roundball Review on YouTube. Follow FTS on those platforms on IG and Threads. And stay tuned for this Thursday tune-in on Roundball Review or on Roku via the BS3 network for the next edition of the Houston Roundball Review Takeover, where I'll talk a little bit about the Rockets, some Big 12 news. Didn't even get into the Big 10 SEC standing alone, trying to flex their muscle while everybody else is leaving them in the dust. But wrapping it up, by all means, I got to do this more and more. Click on that like button, smash the like button, like the video, spread the word about the content here on this channel. Hit the button on all videos so YouTube knows we do great things here on the Houston Roundball Review YouTube channel. Now, wrapping it up. Since 1994, yes, that's right. Since 1994, the Houston Roundball Review, local name, global perspective. Everyone, take care. Peace.